Sports Bay, I am back. I told you all that it will be a series of videos. We are talking about the madness because there's so much going on in sports, especially when it's levels to this, right? So, the last video we discussed how we would cover from AAU all the way up to professional ball. We discussed that. Well, I mentioned that we need to make sure that we have an end goal in mind when we are participating ourselves in these entities. And for each one, there's a particular end goal that is suggested or implied when you participate. But what is your end goal at the end of the day for you to participate in these sports? So I was going to go level by level, but so many people were like, hey, you said you were going to say, let us know the difference between semi-professional and minor league sports. And you didn't say that in the last video. Then someone posted, which I don't know him, can't think of his name, but he's a coach. I think he's been a coach for over 25 years. I've really respected his input, but I still let him know there is still a big difference between semi-professional and minor league basketball. So we're going to go over some points for each one so that we can know the difference, right? So we got to know that, first of all, the meaning of each one. So I don't have the definitions written down. I usually have me some little notes. I don't have any notes. And just for you all that have not been here before, and excuse my kitchen, it is about to storm here in Alabama, not just in Birmingham, but in Alabama. So children were out of school early and we got off work early. And so I decided to come home and go ahead and cook dinner because you never know if the power is going to go out. You don't want to know what I'm cooking. I cooked some salmon croquettes in the air fryer, dirty rice, and my husband cooked some squash day before yesterday, that we haven't been able to dive into, so I'm reheating that because it's really good. He sauteed it with all the seasonings and the onions and the bell peppers, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get into it. So I am going to stop right here and I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to come back because I want to give you the definitions of semi-pro and minor league. And then we're going to go over the different bullet points in each one that you need to focus on. Okay? So I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I'm going to turn food off while I was up. So let's start with a semi-professional athlete first. So according to Wikipedia, and there are other resources that will give you the same information. Semi-professional sports are sports in which athletes are not participating on a full-time basis, but still receive some type of payment or some type of incentive to participate. So semi-professional athletes receive some type of pay or incentive, and they don't participate on a full-time basis. So let's put this into perspective. Sports Bay on the Magic City Surge. We are part of the Historic American Basketball Association. Itself a professional league, which is, we'll get into that later. But when I first started, I made the mistake, and it wasn't really a mistake. I refer to our team as a professional team. And that was because my intentions, because I'm very intentional about the things that I do, was to pay the players to participate. Even though they did not play full-time, this was not a full-time gig or job, I still want to pay them for their time. Unfortunately, me being new to the game, I didn't understand. I was learned, coming into a business, so much stuff that you don't know, that you think you know. So, and you expect, because you think it's so great and your vision is so like whatever, you expect everyone to fall in love with what you're doing. But that's not the case. So when Sports Betting got our team, we had some sponsors, but a lot of things came out of the pockets of my husband, out of our salaries. So though we did give them a stipend for the first game, it's not what I wanted to give them. That was not what I was trying to get them. So as we're going to season 5, we have restructured, because when we first came in, I had the idea, just like the NIL, to get businesses to sponsor my players. So we have one player. There was a church that actually was going to sponsor his salary for the season, but if I couldn't do it for all players, I couldn't just do it for one. And I wanted to make sure that everyone, there was levels of payment that you got. So it just depended on your resume, all that kind of stuff. And we also want to give incentives if you made so many points a game, if you were the high score rebounder. But that would come off of what we made out of ticket sales, and also sponsorship and selling paraphernalia, or gear. So it didn't quite work out like we wanted to, but going into season 5, it's going to look really, really good. We have some great things coming, and as you subscribe to my channel and follow me, and sometimes my husband will be on with me, sometimes we'll have some of the players, some of the staff, just different people on, you'll get more information. But anyway, like I was saying, with semi-professional players, they do not play full-time, but they are paid, or they are given some type of incentive to participate. So some incentives could be that they have highlights, their stats are recorded. Like with our players, they didn't pay for travel, they didn't pay for food, they didn't have to pay for their uniforms. If we traveled out of town where we had to spend the night, they didn't have to pay for rooms. Those were their incentives. Like, we did not want them to come out their pocket for anything. And that will still move forward to this. Even if we give them a financial stipend, we won't require them to do those things, because they are doing a service to our community. And I'll get back into that in another video on ways you can structure your team. And these are for owners or those desiring to own a team. Ways that you can structure your team that can be beneficial depending on what you're looking for. I am a servant leader. I am a community activist. I am an advocate for things, for homeless. I'm an advocate for families and our children. I'm an advocate for health, which is amazing. But even just trying to keep yourself healthy on the basics, because we do so much stuff to poison our body anyway, just making sure we're doing some of the basics to keep ourselves healthy. So I'm an advocate for so many things. So because of that, my business is structured, our team is structured a whole nother way. But that's neither here nor there, because that's not what we're talking about. So like I said, with semi-professional, athletes do not play on a full-time basis. That means that they actually work jobs, or they're in school, or things of that nature, and then they still play semi-professional ball. And then their incentives is either payment through finances, which is checks or gift cards or cash, or they get stipends, incentives for participating, right? Okay, great. Now let's figure out what Wikipedia says, which I know this, but I'm reading this for you because it kind of irked me a couple of years ago when I would see people refer to a team as a minor league team or a professional team, and they weren't. So minor league basketball is a concept manifestation of the franchise system used in North American sports, whereby a group of major league. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm sorry if you hear my TV in the background. I am a big horror mover. Horror movie and thriller and chillers and crime movie type person. So like, I don't care if I'm cooking, recording, whatever. I got something on. Now, good old friend, shout out to Wikipedia. I use y'all a lot, okay? Love Wikipedia. Y'all excuse my hair. It's time for it to come down. Next time y'all see me, I probably have a different hairstyle. If I have time this weekend. But anyway, so minor leagues are professional sports leagues which are not regarded as the premier leagues in those sports. Minor league teams tend to play in smaller, less elaborate venues, etc., etc. The minor league concept is a manifestation of the franchise system used in North American sports, whereby the group of major league teams in each sport is fixed for long periods between expansions or other adjustments, which only take place with the consent of the major league owners. In Europe and many other parts of the world, the association football leagues have many divisions below top flight as part of the football pyramid. In other parts of the world, there's usually either a system of annual promotion or regulation, meaning that clubs have no fixed status in the hierarchy, or there is only one professional league per country in each sport, rendering the major-minor distinction irrelevant. So, basically, minor league, let me break it down to you in simple terms. Minor league teams are owned by major league teams. Prime example would be the NBA G League. It is owned and operated by the parent team in the NBA. Birmingham, Alabama has the Birmingham Squadron. They are owned and operated by the Pelicans. There are a few cases where you have affiliate teams, meaning that they are owned by an individual, but they are still ran and funded by the NBA. That is what a minor league team is. Another example would be baseball. Birmingham has the Birmingham Barons. Shout out to the Barons. They have been our partners for 4 years. Hopefully we can go into the 5th year. They have done some restructuring as well. But the Birmingham Barons, their parent team is the White Sox. So that is why there is a big difference in minor league. You cannot be a minor league team if you're not owned by a major league team. Can't happen. So that would be like the ABA. The ABA could start the ABA Developmental League. That would be a minor league up under that. But that the ABA Professional League would have to require its owners to start paying their players some type of financial incentive to participate, so they can really be on a semi-professional, professional level. And there are some teams that pay, and there are some teams that don't. I'm one of them at the moment. At the moment. This season coming up, it's not going to happen. We'll probably be able to house 1 or 2 players from out of state, or within the state that have to drive, and then we'll be able to give our players some type of financial incentive for participating because they deserve it. But there you go. That is the difference between semi-professional and minor league. So I really want you to know what entity you're trying to go into. If you want to play minor league ball, you're trying to go to the G League. They have a countrywide tryout. It's $500 to participate, where you can come and try out for all the teams. Or if you have a team in your area close, then I would suggest that you research that and see when they have their open tryouts Their open tryouts are usually, I think, $250, half of what it would be for the national tryouts. So save up your duckies so you can participate in that. In the near future, Sports Bay goal is to sponsor one phenomenal athlete, and it might be this year. You'll know as you watch the videos. Sponsor them to try out for a G League team if there's one in their area. I will possibly pay for it, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Another thing, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. When I get to 500, I'm doing a giveaway. It's going to be something nice, maybe a gift card, maybe some paraphernalia. Oh, you know what? I could give away some Squadron stuff. I can contact them, give away some Baron stuff. Now we have the USFL, United, what is it? United Football League, UFL, something like that. We have the football team here, the Birmingham Stars. I can give away that. I can give away tickets to something. I don't know. I haven't decided what it's going to be. I have to see how excited I am. I'll have all the stuff on deck, and then I'll see how excited I am when I get to that 500. Ding, 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 ding. But once again, I'm Sports Bay, and we're going to talk on these videos. Sometimes I'll talk about sports. Sometimes I'll talk about self-care. You know, it just depends. So just know, toward the weekend, it'll be more self-care. It'll be more maybe something going on in sports, interesting, or something entertainment, or something just going on in the world that we just need to discuss, that I would like to hear from you. If you want to contact me, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to know, you want me to talk about, email contact us at sportsbay.org. You can visit my website at www.sportsbay.org, or you can visit the Surge website at www.magiccitysurge.com. Shout out to Columbia University. A few years ago, they had a sports, I think it was a sports management certification program, which I went through. Unfortunately, I got ill and couldn't complete it. Well, no, I did complete it. I got ill and forgot to get my certificate, but I did get a t-shirt in the middle of participating. So shout out to Columbia University for the opportunities that they give out. Also, if you're looking to get certified in general management, scouting, things like that, visit Sports Management Worldwide. I'm certified through them for basketball operations and general management. There's just so many places that you can, and if you're just in your regular college, PWI or HBCU, sports management, go into it. Sports psychology is a good field to go into. And if you're just interested in learning about the business of basketball, see what's in your area. But just know that you have to have an end goal in mind. So, with that being said, I'm going to let you all go so I can eat and finish watching my horror flick. And I just want to thank you all for taking your time to listen and to watch. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Email me if you have any questions. If you're looking for an agent, if you're looking for a program, contact me. I can help you find those in your area. There's also something coming called the Independent Sports Association or something like that. But what I hear is they're like a one-stop shop for like owners and things. So where they'll be able to find people to build their website. I think vendors for uniforms, people that help you structure your business in your city. And that is another thing that we struggle with, is knowing what do you fall up under, what kind of business licenses do you need in your city to operate. So those are some things that they can help you with. And then there's also a league. So they're looking for men and women that want to form teams in that league. I think they're coming in 2023, but they're going to start taking applications for vendors, people that's trying to, get their name out far as websites, things. But anyway, they'll be doing that soon. So somebody told me, and I'm just sharing it here because I got the inside scoop. And when I get the inside scoop, I'm gonna let y'all know I love y'all like that. But when I get more information, things of that nature, I'll let you know. They were supposed to be trying to find me an email address. They said that they didn't have a website up yet, but they would. They did have an email address for people that were trying to contact them early to get on board. So once I get it, I'll share it on my Facebook page, facebook.com/sportsbay. BHAM, or you'll see it on Magic City Surge's Instagram. We'll post it. But that's all, you all. So I enjoyed this time with you all. Be weather safe. And other than that, have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye.